ទូទាំងប្រទេសរដូវកាលទី3ឆ្នាំ2020សូមអញ្ជើញបងប្អូនយុវជនសិស្សថ្នាក់ទី12ចូលរួមប្រកួតប្រជែងសមត្ថភាពលើវិញ្ញាសាប្រឡងជ្រើសរើសសិស្សពូកែថ្នាក់ទី12ទូទាំងប្រទេសវិញ្ញាសាជជែកដេញដោលជាសាធារណៈជាភាសាខ្មែរនិងវិញ្ញាសាជជែកដេញដោលជាសាធារណៈជាភាសាអង់គ្លេសដែលមានផ្សាយផ្ទាល់ពីថ្ងៃច័ន្ទដល់ថ្ងៃព្រហស្បតិ៍ចាប់ពីម៉ោង 12:30 នាទីដល់ម៉ោង 1:30 នាទីរសៀលក្នុង Facebook Page អ្នកបន្តវេនរង្វាន់ធំសម្រាប់ម្ចាស់ជ័យលាភីទាំងអស់រួមមានម៉ូតូកុំព្យូទ័រនិងអាហារូបករណ៍ស្មើនឹងទឹកប្រាក់ជាង158លានរៀលដាក់ពាក្យចូលរួមប្រកួតប្រជែងឥឡូវនេះតាមទូរស័ព្ទលេខ023ការ៉េ6 555 086 608 889 011 643 036កម្មវិធីនេះសហការរៀបចំដោយវិទ្យាស្ថាន CEO និង CEO Master Club ឧបត្ថម្ភធំដោយធនាគារឯកទេស Eon Cambodia PLC សហការឧបត្ថម្ភដោយធនាគារអភិវឌ្ឍជនបទក្រុមហ៊ុន Campaign ថ្នាំពណ៌ជាតិប្រទេសជាតិមួយខ្លាំងគឺអាស្រ័យទាំងស្រុងលើធនធានមនុស្សខ្លាំងដើម្បីចូលរួមកសាងគុណភាពធនធានមនុស្សកម្ពុជាឲ្យកាន់តែខ្លាំងវិទ្យាស្ថាន CEO សូមទទួលស្វាគមន៍សិស្សនិស្សិតមកទទួលការបណ្ដុះបណ្ដាលនៅវិទ្យាស្ថាន CEO ថ្នាក់បរិញ្ញាបត្រគ្រប់គ្រងពាណិជ្ជកម្មអន្តរជាតិសិស្សនិស្សិតដែលមកសិក្សានៅវិទ្យាស្ថាន CEO នឹងទទួលបានការបំផាត់ឲ្យក្លាយជាបុគ្គលិកពូកែអ្នកដឹកនាំពូកែអ្នករកស៊ីពូកែការរកឃើញទេពកោសល្យជោគជ័យពីកំណើតតាមរយៈបច្ចេកវិទ្យាខួរក្បាលលំដាប់ពិភពលោក Red Scan ការរៀនអនុវត្តជាក់ស្ដែងនិងទទួលបានជំនាញពិតប្រាកដ 100% ការបង្វឹកដោយអ្នកជោគជ័យក្នុងអាជីពនិងអាជីវកម្មពិតប្រាកដការសិក្សាបន្ថែមលើជំនាញភាសាចិនភាសាអង់គ្លេសជំនាញកុំព្យូទ័រជំនាញទំនាក់ទំនងនិងជំនាញនិយាយជាសាធារណៈការធានាការងារធ្វើបន្ទាប់ពីបញ្ចប់ការសិក្សានៅពេលបញ្ចប់ការសិក្សានៅវិទ្យាស្ថាន CEO និស្សិតនឹងទទួលបានជំនាញច្បាស់លាស់អាចធ្វើការក្នុងតួនាទីជាអ្នកដឹកនាំនិងទទួលបានប្រាក់ចំណូលខ្ពស់ជាមួយវិទ្យាស្ថាន CEO យើងរួមគ្នាកសាងធនធានមនុស្សកម្ពុជាឲ្យកាន់តែខ្លាំងលើឆាកជាតិនិងឆាកអន្តរជាតិព័ត៌មានបន្ថែមសូមតាក់ទងទូរស័ព្ទលេខ023ការ៉េ6 555 023ការ៉េ6 999វិទ្យាស្ថាន CEO ក្លាយជាបុគ្គលិកពូកែអ្នកដឹកនាំពូកែអ្នករកស៊ីពូកែ
ចាជំរាបសួរខ្ញុំឈ្មោះហំនីវ៉ាន់គឺជាសិស្សដែលមកពីវិទ្យាល័យជាសៀមសាមគ្គី
សួស្តីនាងខ្ញុំឈ្មោះហេងឆេងហៀងនាងខ្ញុំរៀននៅថ្នាក់ទី 12A នៃវិទ្យាល័យហ៊ុនសែនស្អាត
អូនឈ្មោះសំចន្ទ្រាហើយអូនមកពីវិទ្យាល័យបាក់ទុកយើងណា
ជំរាបសួរខ្ញុំឈ្មោះច័ន្ទសេងថៃជាសិស្សនៅទី 12 ក 1 នៃសាលាបែទីអន្តរជាតិទី 5 សាខាច្បារអំពៅខ្ញុំគិតថាកម្មវិធីអ្នកបន្តវេនគឺជាកម្មវិធីមួយដែលល្អសម្រាប់ចំនួនសិស្សថ្នាក់ទី 12 ដែលកំពុងតែសិក្សានាពេលបច្ចុប្បន្នដែលបង្ហាញឲ្យយើងបញ្ចេញនូវទេពកោសល្យដែលយើងមាននិងទេពកោសល្យនឹងការសិក្សារៀនសូត្ររបស់យើងផងដែរ
ហើយខ្ញុំគិតថាចំពោះកម្មវិធីនេះផ្ទាល់គឺពិតជាមានឱកាសខ្លាំងណាស់ផ្ដល់ជាពិសេសសិស្សទី 12 ទាំងអស់ដើម្បីបង្ហាញនូវសមត្ថភាពដែលខ្លួនដែលបានបង្ហាញពីមុនមកហើយធ្វើឲ្យយើងនឹងហ៊ានលើថាមានសមត្ថភាពមួយក្នុងការប្រកួតប្រជែងជាមួយនឹងដៃគូរបស់យើងជាច្រើនទៀត
ដោយសារតែនាងខ្ញុំចង់បញ្ចេញសមត្ថភាពមួយរបស់នាងខ្ញុំដែលនាងខ្ញុំមានទៅកាន់គណៈកម្មការដើម្បីវិនិច្ឆ័យហើយដើម្បីស្វែងរកសមត្ថភាពរបស់ខ្លួនឯងថាខ្លួនឯងមានសមត្ថភាពប៉ុណ្ណាហើយធ្វើឲ្យនាងខ្ញុំបានទទួលបទពិសោធន៍ជាច្រើននៅក្នុងការប្រឡងមួយនេះ
ខ្ញុំសូមណែនាំបងប្អូនទាំងអស់គ្នាដែលថ្នាក់ទី 12 ហ្នឹងបើសិនជាដឹងខ្លួនឯងតែមានសមត្ថភាពឬចង់បង្ហាញពីសមត្ថភាពអ្វីមួយសូមអញ្ជើញចុះឈ្មោះក្នុងកម្មវិធីអ្នកបន្តវេនដើម្បីមានឱកាសបង្ហាញពីសមត្ថភាពរបស់អ្នកមិនថាជាសិស្សពូកែគណិតវិទ្យាអីចឹងទៅឬក៏និយាយដេញដោលជាភាសាអង់គ្លេសឬខ្មែរសូមបង្ហាញពីសមត្ថភាពរបស់បងប្អូនទាំងអស់គ្នាជាមួយនឹងកម្មវិធីអ្នកបន្តវេន
តាំងពីឪពុកម្ដាយរបស់យើងចែកឋានទៅខ្ញុំតែងទទួលបានសេចក្តីស្រឡាញ់ដ៏កក់ក្ដៅពីបងប្រុស គាត់ជាអ្នកមើលថែខ្ញុំជានិច្ចមិនថាមានរឿងអ្វីកើតឡើងទេគាត់ខ្លាចជាអ្នកទំនុកបំរុងក្នុងគ្រួសារទាំងខ្លួននៅក្មេងគាត់ត្រូវប្រកាសថាប្អូនស្រីគាត់ទទួលបានការសិក្សាគ្រប់ជ្រុងជ្រោយទទួលបាននៅអ្វីៗដែលអ្នកដទៃមាននិងប្រកាសថាប្អូនស្រីរបស់គាត់ជោគជ័យនៅក្នុងជីវិតអរគុណដែលតែងតែធ្វើជាបងប្រុសល្អនិងជាដៃគូដ៏ល្អក្នុងជីវិតខ្ញុំ
សើបៀកដែលល្អគ្មានគូប្រៀបមិនក៏មិនលៀងថ្នាំទ្រនាប់មកអេកស្ត្រាថ្មីក្លិនតិចការពារមានប្រសិទ្ធភាព
វងហើយ
ចង់ភ្លឺខ្លាំងក៏បាន
ភ្លឺល្មមក៏បាន
Campaign ថ្នាំពណ៌ជាតិ
ខ្ញុំត្រូវការទុនបន្ថែម
ខ្ញុំចង់រៀបចំក្រៅឲ្យល្អជាងនេះ
ខ្ញុំចង់ថែមស្រះមួយទៀត
ព្រោះមិនអាចពង្រីកអាជីវកម្មខ្ញុំបាន
តើអ្នកកំពុងត្រូវការដើមទុនពង្រីកអាជីវកម្មមែនទេឥឡូវនេះធនាគារអភិវឌ្ឍជនបទនិងកសិកម្មផ្ដល់ជូនឥណទានគាំទ្រសិប្បកម្មសហគ្រាសធុនតូចនិងមធ្យមជាមួយនឹងអត្រាការប្រាក់ត្រឹមតែ 5% ប៉ុណ្ណោះក្នុងមួយឆ្នាំកម្ចី $5,000 ការប្រាក់ត្រឹមតែ $21 ប៉ុណ្ណោះក្នុងមួយខែធនាគារអភិវឌ្ឍជនបទនិងកសិកម្មដើម្បីកសិករនិងអភិវឌ្ឍសេដ្ឋកិច្ចសង្គម
នាំមកជូនដោយវិជាស្ថាន CEO បង្វឹកនិស្សិតឲ្យក្លាយជាបុគ្គលិកពូកែអ្នករកស៊ីពូកែនិងក្លាយខ្លួនជាអ្នកមានថ្ងៃអនាគត
CEO Master Club បង្វឹកម្ចាស់អាជីវកម្មឲ្យក្លាយជាអ្នកដឹកនាំធុរកិច្ចកំពូល
ធនាគារឯកទេស Eon Cambodia PLC សាមញ្ញរហ័សងាយស្រួល
ធនាគារអភិវឌ្ឍជនបទនិងកសិកម្មដើម្បីកសិករនិងអភិវឌ្ឍសេដ្ឋកិច្ចសង្គម
ងួនស៊ីថាមានបម្រើជូនសេវាដកដាក់និងប្តូរប្រាក់រហ័សទាន់ចិត្តផ្ដល់ជូននៅកម្ចីសិក្សាដល់និស្សិតព្រមទាំងផ្ដល់ឱកាសការងារជាច្រើនកន្លែងព័ត៌មានបន្ថែមសូមតាក់ទងតាមលេខទូរស័ព្ទ 077 822 ក្រុមហ៊ុនថ្នាំពណ៌ជាតិ Campaign ជាជម្រើសដើម្បីសោភ័ណភាព
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to another round of Neak Bontorvein English speaking competition, and I am the host today for the competition. And to my left and to my right, we have handsome contestants from different schools and different provinces. Well, he's from Cambodia. He's from Phnom Penh, and where are you from?
I am from Battambang.
Battambang. Okay, he's from Battambang, and he is from Phnom Penh. So, to my left, this guy came from Brasisebat High School, and to my right, this awesome young man comes from Battambang provinces. Premariwong High School, Battambang provinces. Now, I am really excited to see how are they going to deliver their speech, how good they are, and how capable of them to deliver a blowing question to each other. So, without further ado, please can you introduce yourself?
Yes. Good afternoon, everyone. Josh and fellow contestants. My name is Lao Eangkheng. I'm a student from Brasisebat High School, grade 12, and it is such an honor to be here competing in the Bontorvein program. And today, me and my fellow contestant going to talk about a topic that goes by the word: should public speaking and debate skill be implemented into public school curriculum? I hope you support, and thank you.
Okay, wow, thank you so much for the beautiful introduction. Now, Bunhab, it's your turn to introduce yourself.
Greeting judge, greeting fellow contestant, greeting audiences that are watching from home. My name is Ung Bunhab. I am a student, a 12th grade student from Premariwong High School from the province of Battambang. I am grateful today to have been able to sit here to discuss a topic going by: should public speaking and debate skill be added into public school curriculum? Thank you.
Thank you so much for beautiful introductions. Now, before we begin, I would like to thanks to our sponsors for supporting us from the beginning till now. First of all, we would like to thank Aeon Specialized Bank, simple, efficient, and easy. Secondly, we would like to thank Agricultural and Rural Development Bank of Cambodia. Thirdly, we would like to thank Nguyen Sitha. Nguyen Sitha has deposit services, cash, withdrawal, and exchange currency. Moreover, Nguyen Sitha also provides student loans to students and willing to provide jobs opportunities. For more information, please contact 077-822-088 or 070-822-088. And lastly, thanks to campaign for supporting the Neak Bontorvein program. Now, today is a very interesting question topic as well. Should debate and public speaking should be added into school public school curriculum? So we are only talking about public school, and as you guys are also from public schools, yes. So before we begin the delivering the speech or the elaboration, now do you two like public speaking and debate?
For me personally, I have a major stage fright, and but for this topic, I would say that public speaking should be optional for public school.
Okay, now do you like public speaking and debate?
Yeah, I like public speaking and debate because it improves student confidence, and also by sharing ideas to others, you actually learn yourself as well.
Okay, now okay, enough wait for the audience. So Bonhab, would you like to go first, deliver your speech? Or would you like Eangkheng to go first?
It sounds wrong, but maybe can.
Okay, Eangkheng, do you mind if you go first?
It's
okay.
Do you have stage fright? Does it ever happen to you that while you were delivering your presentation or speech, suddenly you forgot what to say next? We all been through those hard times, and I hope this topic will help you go through those hard times as well. So the topic today is about should public speaking and debate skills be added into public school curriculum? In my point of view, I say yes. I strongly agree that public school should be public speaking should be added. I got 3 reasons corresponding to my agreement. But before getting into our topic, I would like to simplify some terms. The term public speaking and debate, I merged them together into one category, and that is speaking. And another term is public school. Public school, I'm referring to any type of school that are funded by government. So without further ado, I would like to go straight into my first point. My first and initial point is to improve student speaking abilities. Most students are having a hard time to express their ideas and thoughts. So because they rarely do so in school. By adding public and speaking skill into the curriculum would help to encourage students to speak more. Take Neak Bontorvein program as an example. We learned, me and other fellow contestants have learned a lot during the course of the competition. Imagine if our public school, imagine how great would we speak if our public school added those public speaking skills as well. According to creditdonkey.com, the more educated you are, the more comfortable you may be speaking in front of others. That is why schools should add public speaking skill. My second point is to improve student confidence. Most students have social anxiety that could lead to glossophobia, an intense fear of public speaking. According to the National Institute of Mental Health, 70% of our population affected by glossophobia, but glossophobia can be treated over time. The best way to respond to this problem is by adding speaking skill into our system. In my own experience, whenever I need the confidence boost in my speaking, I always search YouTube instead of reaching out to school. Because I'm not complaining about our school system; they did their best in to support our educational purposes. But I think by implementing speaking will do some major changes on how students perceive themselves, and therefore they be more confident. And my last and final point is better chance for students to be successful at work. It is undeniable that there are so many jobs required those public speaking skills. For example, teacher, professor, or motivational speaker. And a survey from BBC.com shows that 12% out of 2,031 U.S. workers actually avoid presentations. And in conclusion, government should implement public speaking skill into school curriculum because not only it helps students to develop their skill, they also help society as well. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Eangkheng, for the speech. And so in conclusion, you support that debate should be implemented into public school curriculum. Yes. Okay. Now, Bonhab, do you have now? It's your time. It's your turn to deliver your speech. You have 3 minutes.
Okay. Did you know that most of the population on Earth has a common fear of glossophobia, or it's known as afraid to speak on stage or speaking with people in general. To answer the topic of should public speaking and debate skill be added into public schools, first I would like to give a definition of public speaking. Public speaking is a form of talk between a person to another about a general topic to understand and solve the problem of the topic. I have two main reasons to answer why to this topic. One is if public speaking is implemented into public school curriculum, it would encourage students to be more confident, reduce their anxiety when they go up on stage and talk to people, and it progresses to a point where when in the future it will be very advantageous for them to have the skill learned from school. As an example, if schools implemented it, students will be my fault. To the second point, when public speaking is implemented into public school curriculum, it would also increase basic knowledge for students to learn of it, and letting students to discuss about a topic would lead them to be able to solve issues that are put into it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Bonhab, for a very interesting speech as well. So you definitely have different ideas on what Eangkheng has. So now it's questioning time.
Yes.
I can't wait to question you guys. Like, I've been preparing so many questions already inside my head, of course, so you cannot see anything. All right. There are opinion that says children or students, when they practice public speaking and debate, it's a waste of time. Do you agree with that statement? Because from the other point of view, it could be a waste of time if the student doesn't use it in the future. Do you think so? Like, what is your stand on this?
I still stand that public speaking and debate skills should be in the school, even though like they are children, they don't know like what it's like in future. But I think public speaking and skill are applied to most of the job, even like if engineer or architect, they still have to communicate with each other to solve problems, and but if you don't encourage students from youth, then as they progress older, they feel even more scared of public speaking.
Okay. Now, you have mentioned that some jobs, like in the future, can you mention some of those jobs?
Some of those jobs, such as teacher, lawyer, motivational speaker, comedians, all of those jobs require public speaking. And if you don't have, if as a teacher, if you can't stand in front of 20 students, how can you teach? Yeah.
Okay. Now, Bonhab, do you have what is your point of view when people say that debate is a waste of time? Because they are not. It's like this opinion. It's like it's not in a small number. It's a very huge majority of the people that think like public speaking and debate is a waste of time. Like, what is your stand on this? Do you agree with the opinion or do you disagree? Why?
I would disagree to people saying that public speaking and debate skill is a waste of time, because in all stages of life, when you think thoroughly of it, at first stage we can say you are going through primary school and high school. We have a lot of communication, and public speaking may improve them for the future life. Like into university, we have a weekly assignment to present in front of the class, and for the third stage of life, you have a job, and most jobs require students to require people to have a basic and confident facade to speak out and make it clear to other people.
Okay. Another question, like this time specifically to Eangkheng.
Yes.
If debate and public speaking is important, like as you mentioned earlier, it's really important in jobs in the future, then why do many people are afraid of them?
I think public speaking, it is a common fear of public speaking, but what the reason why they fear of it is because firstly, they fear of making mistake. They fear of past mistakes. So, for example, if they used as a child, they used to forgot things during their presentations, and if that student plan the failure seed in their head, as they grow older, they will become more fear. And the second reason is that if I lost track of the question.
Why like if it's really important, then why do people don't like it? Just this is the question, summarized question. Like, why do people hate it or doesn't want to do it?
Another reason is that most people think it is not important, as you said earlier. Some because there are huge amount of conflict between those two ideas, and some of them influence other. So therefore, this is the reason.
Okay, now Bonhab, do you have any idea about this? Like as you guys mentioned that both of debate and public speaking is important, and because it help boost encourage people, to encourage youth or students to speak out better. So then why do most youth doesn't see this as an opportunity to improve? Why do they just hate it and they don't like it? Like they always say no, I don't like public speaking. Why? What happened?
I think that mostly people are afraid of expectation of people, and when they for an example, when they are doing public speaking, they must stand in front of huge crowd, or at least a crowd of some sort, making them nervous and feel very forgetful, and and stutter a lot. Another reason is their own expectation as well of constant negative thoughts of themselves. As students keep thinking of problems that they think to themselves that it will happen, but it's just their own mind haunting themselves. I think that's it.
So it's just their mind going a little bit wild of thinking something bad
Will happen. Yeah.
Okay, now thank you so much. Okay, according to the time, this is the last question to you guys. As I heard people ask me, like if I like public speaking so much or debate so much, and then this question appear out of nowhere, like why like what can public speaking and debate do in order to develop our country? Like what are the advantages of having public speak like what public speaking and debate can do in order to develop our country? You know, it is a tricky question, so who would like to go first?
I would like to go first.
Okay.
I believe that that's a wonderful question. I want to compliment it. Debates on topics can push students to find solution. So if the topics of the current debate is about a general problem happening in the country, students might be able to help find solution for the people who are in charge of managing that department to get an idea from the students, and maybe the idea is useful, then they would put it into good use and solve it.
Okay, now Eangkheng, what is your idea about this?
Yeah, I think that I agree with what Bunhab said, that it helped more students to find solutions to each problem, and I think there are a lot of problems in our society that need to be solved, and by speaking out you actually help to influence others as well.
Okay, so it helps not just politically or economically, but it's also influence other people as well when you do debate and public speaking.
Yes.
Reasonable. Okay, we still have time. So one last question, like how to master public speaking and debate for beginners.
For beginners.
Like for my example, my experiences, I try to master or do a public speaking by memorizing. Or what are the tips and tricks to learn public speaking and debate? Like you guys do IELTS and you have been doing some public speaking as well. So what are your tips and tricks about like public speaking and debate?
So my tip and tricks is, the first tip is to know your audience, so that you have to understand what your audience want and the range of knowledge that your audience are in. So if you can get it right, then your point will apply to them specifically. And second is to plan. Even successful public speaker, they do planning, they do research, they practice a lot. That's what leads them to success. And my third point is to practice a lot.
Practice a lot. Okay, Bonhab, what is your tips about this?
My tip and trick for it is I have 3 points of I have 3 tips for it. First tips is always to plan ahead, aka preparation. You have to do a lot of research and preparation ahead of time, and find any point that is interesting, mark it down on a piece of paper, understand the idea that you took from it, learn it, and then put it, try talking about it. Second tip is to try to calm yourself before any speaking, and also understand the point of view of the judge or the person you're having a conversation with to certain extent you must understand what they're trying to question, understanding what they want for the answer. Third tips is to practice. It sounds easy, but practicing will help you memorize the topic clearer and also the thing that you have prepared. Basic practice is you talk into the mirror if you have no friend. If you do, you can try to invite them into a one-on-one seat and then telling them to ask you question while you answering it. Okay, that's it.
Okay, thank you so much for your answers. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we have reached an end to the first session, so we will be back in 5 minutes. But before we go, I would like you to like and share to show your support to our contestants and as well as the competition. And if you have any question, don't forget to comment down below so that our team can pin the question to ask our beloved contestants. Now, without further ado, we would like to have a break for 5 minutes. Thank you.
នាំមកជូនដោយវិជាស្ថាន CEO បង្វឹកនិស្សិតឲ្យក្លាយជាបុគ្គលិកពូកែអ្នកដឹកនាំពូកែអ្នករកស៊ីពូកែនិងក្លាយខ្លួនជាអ្នកមានថ្ងៃអនាគត
CEO Master Club បង្វឹកម្ចាស់អាជីវកម្មឲ្យក្លាយជាអ្នកដឹកនាំធុរកិច្ចកំពូល
ធនាគារឯកទេស Eon Cambodia PLC សាមញ្ញរហ័សងាយស្រួល
ធនាគារអភិវឌ្ឍជនបទនិងកសិកម្មដើម្បីកសិករនិងអភិវឌ្ឍសេដ្ឋកិច្ចសង្គម
ងួនស៊ីថាមានបម្រើជូនសេវាដកដាក់និងប្តូរប្រាក់រហ័សទាន់ចិត្តផ្ដល់ជូននៅកម្ចីសិក្សាដល់និស្សិតព្រមទាំងផ្ដល់ឱកាសការងារជាច្រើនកន្លែងព័ត៌មានបន្ថែមសូមតាក់ទងតាមលេខទូរស័ព្ទ 077 822 080
ក្រុមហ៊ុនថ្នាំពណ៌ជាតិ Campaign ជាជំរើសដើម្បីសោភ័ណភាព
Ladies and gentlemen, let's see our contestant of English speaking contest that they show their impression on our program. Okay, hello. Yes, can you introduce yourself?
My name is Kane Sopravit, and I am a 12th grader from Prasisavat High School, and I am from 12A2.
Okay, so why did you decide to join in our program?
Well, I decided to join the Bontorvein program because I want to overcome my obstacle, a lot of which is stage fright is one of my obstacles. So I want, and I also want to show the ability that most of my friends and I who have the same ability to show people that we have the ability to do something we love. So and also I want to meet new people and overcome my fear.
You're one of the contestants who passed from the round 1, so you will surely go to the round 2. So what are your commitments? Yes.
Well, after dealing with a formidable opponent, I have learned that there are a lot of people who have potential in a lot of ways, and after passing to the second round, I am going to try harder, and I'm going to research, and I'm going to try all my best in order to pass to the next round.
Can you briefly tell me about what did you learn from our program?
The Bontorvein program is a very good program, to be honest, because we first of all I learned that the program is all about encouraging youth to share their ability, to show their ability, and also to teach youth that youth are a very powerful source of developing the country.
Okay, do you have any suggestion to the new generation that they are in grade 12? Yes, why should they join with Bontorvein program?
I don't have much to say about this one, but I would I would like to encourage a lot of people, especially 12th grader, if you have the ability, if you think that you have the ability, and then don't be afraid to show your ability because nobody can spot your ability in the dark. Only if you share it in the light, and then a lot of people can see it, and a lot of people will know nationally and internationally how good we are. That's it.
Okay, thank you for sharing and joining with us on the Bontorvein program. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we have 3 types of contests. The first is Khmer speaking contest, and the second is English speaking contest, and the last one for the outstanding student. And we provide all the opportunity for all the grad 12 students that they have their potential to show. Okay, thank you.
On card mobile សាមញ្ញរហ័សងាយស្រួល
ខ្ញុំត្រូវការទុនបន្ថែម
ខ្ញុំចង់រៀបចំក្រៅឲ្យល្អជាងនេះ
ខ្ញុំចង់ថែមស្រះមួយទៀត
ធ្វើម៉េចអាចពង្រីកអាជីវកម្មខ្ញុំបាន
តើអ្នកកំពុងត្រូវការដើមទុនពង្រីកអាជីវកម្មមែនទេឥឡូវនេះធនីគារអភិវឌ្ឍជនបទនិងកសិកម្មផ្ដល់ជូនឥណទានគាំទ្រសិប្បកម្មសហគ្រាសធុនតូចនិងមធ្យមជាមួយនឹងអត្រាការប្រាក់ត្រឹមតែ 5% ប៉ុណ្ណោះក្នុងមួយឆ្នាំកម្ចី $5,000 ការប្រាក់ត្រឹមតែ $21 ប៉ុណ្ណោះក្នុងមួយខែធនីគារអភិវឌ្ឍជនបទនិងកសិកម្មដើម្បីកសិករនិងអភិវឌ្ឍសេដ្ឋកិច្ចសង្គម
Welcome back to the second session of the competition. Now, this session we will take questions from the audience and to ask our contestants. Okay, the first question is from Mr. Chan Rung. Yeah. Okay. His question is, can everyone become a good speaker? Why or why not? Now, who would like to go first?
I can go first.
Okay.
Thank you for that question. It is an interesting question, and I think that anyone could become a good speaker one day because, as you know, speaking is a skill, not a gift. That means a skill that could be developed over time. If with passion and motivation and encouragement, you can become a good speaker. And if you have more time to practice, I think that sooner enough you can become one of the best speaker of all time.
Okay. Now, Bonhab, do you believe that everyone can be a good speaker? Yeah. Why and why not?
Firstly, I would partly disagree with Brother Eangkheng. He said that some people, let's just say that there are people who are born with miracle, with certain charm, that are born great at speaking from birth. But it is also true that skill can be developed through time and practice, and also hard work. If you are having a problem in terms of speaking early on, but if you focus on improving it to a farthest point that you want to be, you have to put your mind on it and practice until you reach it.
Okay, so practice. Right. The second question from Mr. Chan Sain Thai, a former contestant of the Bontorvein program as well. Last season, it was my season. So, but he is in Khmer contestant. He is in Khmer category. So, his question is, what do you think when you speak in public on the international stage? If you say something different from Cambodia society, what impact does it have on our society? Like, okay, to make it simpler, it's like this: you were on an international stage, and then you were supposed to say something internationally, but different from Cambodia society. Like, what impact does it have, or what problems might it occur? What will happen when you do it? What will happen when you say it? Do you understand the question?
Not really. Can you reiterate it?
Okay. One more time. Like, if you say something different from Cambodia society, like now, like as you know nowadays, many people are judgmental. So they tend to have a lot of like ideas or point of views on something that are different from their culture or society. So if you are an international speaker and you say something, or we can say if you say something bad about Cambodia or our society, like what impact does it have on our society? Like will there be flames, or there be anything? Now, do you understand the question now?
Yes, exactly.
Okay. So what is your answer? Like, which one want to go first?
I will go first.
Okay.
The question sounds interesting, and if you are a international speaker and your words may hurt people from Cambodia, is it implied to Cambodia only?
No. It's general.
Oh, general.
But Cambodia is an example.
Okay. To face the truth and all, there are bound to be the people that likes your speech and the people who does not like it and would not support your opinion, because people have different thoughts and opinion onto a topic, and how different opinion would clash, and there may be currently there's something called cancel culture, when people talk differently from of the opposing side, and they don't like them very much, and they would like to remove them from their status. I think that's the most important impact.
Okay, the most important impact is that. Now, Eangkheng, what is your ideas about it? What could be the most important impact that has on the society, or on you, to be specific?
Yeah, I think it is an interesting question and a big question indeed. So what will happen if we speak something wrong in an international stage? I mean, we all make mistakes sometimes, and by embracing them, people tend with one ideas, there are always conflicts. That means that to every point of view, there are always the opposite point of view, and if you just ignore one side, it is not better. But if you consider both sides into considerations, and I think it will make it better, because it is a common reaction between human and human being.
Okay. Thank you so much for the answers. Mr. Saintai, I hope you get your answers. If not, we will get back to you after the competition. And now another question, also from it could be a top sharer, and also as well as one of the contestants of this season as well, from Sitan Sirida. Have you ever heard of him? Right, a very talented one. Now, could you? His question is, could you please clarify what are the bad effects when adding public speaking and debate into the school curriculum? There must be some bad effects. There must be. Everything has ups and downs, goods and bad. So what are the bad ones when adding public speaking and debate into the school curriculum? And what are the solutions for that problems as well?
I would like to go first.
Okay.
I think schools shouldn't add public speaking and debate skill in one condition, and that is to compete to compare students. Like imagine, for example, your friend got an A for speaking and you got an F for speaking. How would you feel? So that is we shouldn't grade students based on their speaking abilities. That is the reason why we shouldn't add. And the solution to this is should be speaking skill should be implemented only if only grade doesn't count. If we have to consider grade for our graduate, that would not make it work.
So now, Bonhab, what is your point of view? Like, what are the bad things about adding public speaking and debate into our school curriculum?
In my opinion, when adding public speaking and debate skills into public school curriculum, it is bound that some students may dislike the subject entirely and bunk the class, like they skip it to avoid it at all costs. Because they are afraid of it, and also like Brother Eangkheng has said, it is bad to grade public speaking or speaking in general, because it is not good to think of it as a competition, but school should implement it as a subject for students to be able to improve instead.
So it's an optional subject.
Yes.
That's what you guys are trying to say.
Yes.
Like, grades doesn't matter because it's just something to add on to our daily life. So, very interesting ideas. I haven't thought of that. Okay, now due to the time, I would like you guys to ask each other one question to deliver the final blow. That's what I mean. So, which one would like to go first?
Do you want to ask me first?
Okay.
Okay.
This is a simple question. Why does people afraid of public speaking, and how to overcome them?
Well, as I have mentioned, people are afraid of public speaking because of their negative thoughts, their own expectation, their stutteriness, they are not making it clear enough for the audience, and well, it goes back to their own expectation. And to overcome it, as I also mentioned earlier, it's to practice. At one point, you will overcome any issues or anxiety about public speaking at all, and you will feel more confident over time with the improvement that you practice every day. That's it.
Now, Eangkheng, are you satisfied with his answer? Do you have anything to add up to his answer?
Yes, I love his answer, and I would like to add up more to that question. People tend to afraid of public speaking because they're afraid of making mistakes, and mistakes become worse and worse over time. So, a solution to that is to learn from your mistake and embrace them. Like a quote from Albert Einstein stated that anyone who has never made a mistake has never learned, has never tried anything new. So the more you talk, the more mistake you made, and this is how you learn.
Okay, now it's your turn to ask him a question.
Do you think? Wait, no. Do you think public speaking is better for people in general?
Yeah, I think public speaking is better for general in some circumstances. People, not all people like speaking, to be honest, and it only applied to some people, and it is better if school implemented them to encourage students to speak.
Okay, Bonhab, are you satisfied with his answer?
I am wholeheartedly satisfied with this answer.
And do you have anything to add?
No.
No?
Yes.
All right. Now, before we end, you guys, each of you has 1 minute to give a reply speech, or in other words, a conclusion, or what you want to tell the audience to you.
Okay.
So now, which one would like to start first?
I can.
Okay, Eangkheng, you have 1 minute.
To recap, I strongly support that public speaking and debate skills should be implemented in public school curriculum because it helps students to improve their speaking abilities, improve their confidence, and help to improve their chance of being successful at work. We now live in an industrial revolution 4.0, and the best thing we can do is to reinforce human resources for the better of our society. Just like a quote from Mahatma Gandhi, the future depends on what we do in the present.
Okay, now Bonhab, it's your turn to give the final speech.
Okay, in summary, I do not think that public speaking and debate skills should be added into public school curriculum, but it should be optional for students to be able to choose to learn it instead. Because if public speaking and debate skills are added into school curriculum as daily schedule, some students who fear speaking at all will skip class and they will lose attendance throughout the school years and will have problem with it.
Okay, now ladies and gentlemen, we have come to an end of our competition. Now, before we end the competition, I would like to thank you to CEO Institute and CEO Master Club for your enormous support in the Neak Bontorvein program. As well as Learn Online Cambodia is the newest and easiest online learning platform in Cambodia. It helps Cambodians to achieve their dreams, success, happiness, and encouraging growth in order to help Cambodia becoming a developed country. Learn Online Cambodia helps lives more successful. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to an end of our competition, and I hope to see you guys again next week on Thursday. Goodbye. ជំរាបលា
ការបង្ហាញសមត្ថភាពទេពកោសល្យភាពក្លាហានរបស់យុវជនដ៏ធំបំផុតនៅទូទាំងប្រទេសកម្មវិធីប្រកួតប្រជែងយុវជនអ្នកបន្តវេនសិស្សថ្នាក់ទី12ទូទាំងប្រទេសរដូវកាលទី3ឆ្នាំ2020 សូមអញ្ជើញបងប្អូនយុវជនសិស្សថ្នាក់ទី12ចូលរួមប្រកួតប្រជែងសមត្ថភាពលើវិញ្ញាសាប្រឡងជ្រើសរើសសិស្សពូកែថ្នាក់ទី12ទូទាំងប្រទេសវិញ្ញាសាជជែកដេញដោលជាសាធារណៈជាភាសាខ្មែរនិងវិញ្ញាសាជជែកដេញដោលជាសាធារណៈជាភាសាអង់គ្លេសដែលមានផ្សាយផ្ទាល់ពីថ្ងៃច័ន្ទដល់ថ្ងៃព្រហស្បតិ៍ចាប់ពីម៉ោង 12:30 នាទីដល់ម៉ោង 1:30 នាទីរសៀលក្នុង Facebook Page អ្នកបន្តវេនរង្វាន់ធំសម្រាប់ម្ចាស់ជ័យលាភីទាំងអស់រួមមានម៉ូតូ កុំព្យូទ័រនិងអាហារូបករណ៍ស្មើនឹងទឹកប្រាក់ជាង 158 លានរៀលដាក់ពាក្យចូលរួមប្រកួតប្រជែងឥឡូវនេះតាមទូរស័ព្ទលេខ 023 ការ៉េ 6 555 086 608 889 011 643 036 កម្មវិធីនេះសហការរៀបចំដោយវិទ្យាស្ថាន CEO និង CEO Master Club ឧបត្ថម្ភធំដោយធនាគារឯកទេស Eon Cambodia PLC សហការឧបត្ថម្ភដោយធនាគារអភិវឌ្ឍជនបទក្រុមហ៊ុន Campaign ថ្នាំពណ៌ជាតិ
បន្តវេនពិតជាមានសារៈសំខាន់ដល់សិស្សទី12ខ្លាំងណាស់ព្រោះថានៅលើវិញ្ញាសានីមួយៗក្នុងការប្រកួតប្រជែងសិស្សសឹងតែជាវិញ្ញាសាតាក់ទងទៅនឹងបញ្ហាចម្ងល់របស់សិស្សទី12ក្នុងការស្រាយនឹងបញ្ហាប្រកួតប្រជែងគ្នាដើម្បីផ្ដល់នូវភាពងាយស្រួលដល់សិស្សទី12គ្រប់រូបហើយចំណុចសំខាន់មួយទៀតដែលកម្មវិធីអ្នកបន្តវេនផ្ដល់ឲ្យសិស្សទី12គ្រប់រូបនោះគឺសេចក្តីក្លាហានក្នុងការប្រកួតប្រជែង
Wow, they got an English speaking competition, so it hooked me, it inspired me, and I was so interested in joining the competition, so I registered into the Neak Bontorvein program. I have no confidence that I am going to become the champion. I even tell my parents that, Mom, if I'm not gonna make it, please forgive me. But I never consider myself as a champion. I always consider myself as a learner, because the further I reach, the more knowledge I can get.
បងប្អូននោះគាត់លើកយើងល្អណាស់គាត់ថាមិនសង្ឃឹមថាចូលរួមកម្មវិធីហ្នឹងទទួលបាន champion ទេប៉ុន្តែជា learning ជាការរៀនអានោះគឺល្អមែនទេឃើញបងប្អូនខំប្រឹងរៀនសូត្របងប្អូនមានឱកាសដែលពីមុនមកពិបាកណាស់ក្នុងការស្វែងរកអាហារូបករណ៍ថ្ងៃនេះគាត់ឃើញជាស្ថានផ្ដល់អាហារូបករណ៍អ្នកជ័យលាភីមានទំហំទឹកប្រាក់រហូតដល់28លាន4ឆ្នាំហើយថ្ងៃនេះខ្ញុំឃើញក្មេងៗច្រើនហើយខ្ញុំចង់បញ្ជាក់មួយទៀតមោទនភាពបច្ចុប្បន្នរបស់ខ្ញុំមួយជាងសិង្ហបុរីជាងអាស៊ីជាងបណ្ដាប្រទេសផ្សេងៗខ្ញុំអត់ខ្លាចនិយាយរឿងថាមោទនភាពថាសិង្ហបុរីល្អជាងយើងខ្លាចជាសិង្ហបុរីគឺក្មេងៗយើងច្រើនជាងចឹងហ្នឹងហើយជាទំពាំងស្នូលរស័យជាកម្លាំងស្នូលមួយដើម្បីជួយប្រទេសជាតិយើងហើយខ្ញុំឃើញថាពួកគាត់ពិតជាមានការផ្លាស់ប្រែធំមែនទែនហើយខ្ញុំពិតជាមានសេចក្តីសង្ឃឹមរីករាយដែលឃើញការលូតលាស់របស់គាត់ហើយខ្ញុំតែងតែមានសេចក្តីសង្ឃឹមថាពួកគាត់គឺជាអនាគតនៃអ្នកដឹកនាំទាំងក្នុងវិស័យឯកជនក៏អាចដូចជាក្នុងវិស័យរាជរដ្ឋាភិបាលនៅពេលអនាគតទៅតាមគោលបំណងរបស់គាត់រៀងៗខ្លួនកម្មវិធីបន្តវេនក៏ជាកម្មវិធីមួយដើម្បីតភ្ជាប់ពីបងប្អូនដែលនៅថ្នាក់ទី12ចឹងបងប្អូនដែលនៅថ្នាក់ទី12គឺយើងចាប់ផ្ដើមផ្សារភ្ជាប់គ្នាឲ្យហើយដើម្បីឲ្យបងប្អូនបានស្គាល់ពីវិទ្យាស្ថាន CEO ក៏ដូចជាបានស្គាល់ពីស្ថានភាពនិងបរិយាកាសធុរកិច្ចព្រោះកន្លងមកបងប្អូនអាចមានទស្សនវិស័យមានគោលដៅត្រឹមតែថារៀនហើយនឹងធ្វើការអ្វីមួយដើម្បីបានប្រាក់ចំណូលចឹងឲ្យតែបានរៀនហើយបានធ្វើការងារអ្វីមួយធ្វើប្រាក់ចំណូលគឺចប់ភាគច្រើនជាធម្មតាគឺយើងឃើញចឹងក៏ប៉ុន្តែវិជាសាន CEO ចង់ឲ្យបងឃើញទៅមកកម្រិតទៀតទៅជ្រុងមួយទៀតថាបងប្អូនមិនអាចមិនមែនមានឱកាសត្រឹមតែធ្វើការនោះទេតែបងប្អូនអាចមានឱកាសក្លាយទៅជាអ្នកដឹកនាំធុរកិច្ចនៅក្នុងវិស័យឯកជនក្លាយទៅជាសហគ្រិនក្លាយទៅជាម្ចាស់ក្រុមហ៊ុនជាម្ចាស់សហគ្រាសដែលចូលរួមចំណែកអភិវឌ្ឍប្រទេសជាតិយើងបានច្រើនតាមរយៈការបង្កើតផលិតផលសេវាកម្មថ្មីតាមរយៈការបង្កើតការងារឲ្យប្រជាពលរដ្ឋធ្វើដើម្បីកាត់បន្ថយចំណាកស្រុកហើយតាមរយៈការខ្លាយទៅជាទីកន្លែងដែលបណ្ដុះមនុស្សឲ្យបានកាន់តែច្រើននៅកន្លែងការងារនិងចូលរួមចំណែកនៅក្នុងការបង្កើនចំណូលជូនពលរដ្ឋតាមរយៈការបងពុននិងជាម្ចាស់ស្រុកដែលជាឫសចាក់គល់នៅក្នុងសេដ្ឋកិច្ចដ៏រឹងមាំរបស់ប្រទេសកម្ពុជារបស់យើង
នេះស្ដាប់បងបរាក៏ដូចបងវិធូទៅគឺពេញចិត្តមែនតើគឺការកសាងធនធានមនុស្សកម្ពុជាបើគេហៅថាដូនតាពូជពងអាហ្សែនណាអា genetic យើងខ្លាំងដែរធ្វើអង្គគ្រប់គ្រងប្រទេសមកតំបន់នេះយើងអាចត្រឡប់នាំគ្នាទៅមើលប្រវត្តិសាស្ត្រវិញពូជខ្មែរមិនធម្មតាទេហើយខ្ញុំដិតដាមនឹងជឿជាក់ថារឿងបដោះបដាលរឿងអប់រំនេះគឺសំខាន់ហើយមិញហ្នឹងជ័យលាភីទាំងពីរនាក់សិតតែមកពីភ្នំពេញតែស្ដាប់ថាការប្រកួតហ្នឹងប្រកួតទូទាំងប្រទេសអ្នកភ្នំពេញខ្ញុំខ្លាំងណាប៉ុន្តែអ្នកភ្នំពេញសូមប្រយ័ត្នឆ្នាំក្រោយថែទាំជើងពៀនឲ្យជាប់ប្រយ័ត្នអ្នកខេត្តគេធ្វើស៊ីវិញអញ្ចឹងក្នុងនាមជាតំណាងរាជធានីភ្នំពេញក៏ដូចជាតំណាងឲ្យសហភាពសហព័ន្ធយុវជនកម្ពុជារាជធានីភ្នំពេញខ្ញុំបាទថ្ងៃនេះមានតែមួយទៅគឺថារំភើបសប្បាយរីករាយមែនទែនហើយសូមអបអរសាទរចំពោះជ័យលាភីបងប្រុសបងស្រីទាំងពីរនាក់ ហើយនឹងសូមអបអរសាទរនៅវិទ្យាស្ថាន CEO ក៏ដូចជា CEO Master Club ដែលបានទទួលជោគជ័យក្នុងការងារហើយក៏សូមជូនពរឲ្យវិទ្យាស្ថាន CEO កាន់តែជោគជ័យថែមទៀត
ហើយក៏ដូចជាសូមឲ្យក្រុមហ៊ុនដៃគូទាំងអស់ចូលរួមសហការជួយហើយក្នុងនាមខ្ញុំផ្ទាល់ក៏ដូចជាអគ្គនាយកដ្ឋានក៏ដូចជាក្រសួងការងារនិងបណ្ដុំបណ្ដាលជីវៈនៅតែចូលរួមគ្រប់គ្រងរាល់សកម្មភាពរបស់វិទ្យាស្ថាន CEO ក្នុងការជ្រើសរើសបេក្ខជនក៏ដូចជាជ្រើសរើសអ្នកដែលមានសមត្ថភាពក៏ដូចជាការបម្រើធនធានមនុស្សនៅកម្ពុជាដើម្បីចូលរួមគ្រប់គ្រងដល់វិស័យឧស្សាហកម្មក៏ដូចជាការដឹកនាំរបស់រាជរដ្ឋាភិបាលកម្ពុជា
ខ្ញុំត្រូវការទុនបន្ថែម
ខ្ញុំចង់រៀបចំក្រៅឲ្យល្អជាងនេះ
ខ្ញុំចង់ថែមស្រះមួយទៀត
ព្រោះមិនអាចពង្រីកអាជីវកម្មខ្ញុំបាន
តើអ្នកកំពុងត្រូវការដើមទុនពង្រីកអាជីវកម្មមែនទេឥឡូវនេះធនាគារអភិវឌ្ឍជនបទនិងកសិកម្មផ្ដល់ជូនឥណទានគាំទ្រសិប្បកម្មសហគ្រាសធុនតូចនិងមធ្យមជាមួយនឹងអត្រាការប្រាក់ត្រឹមតែ 5% ប៉ុណ្ណោះក្នុងមួយឆ្នាំកម្ចី $5,000 ការប្រាក់ត្រឹមតែ $21 ប៉ុណ្ណោះក្នុងមួយខែធនាគារអភិវឌ្ឍជនបទនិងកសិកម្មដើម្បីកសិករនិងអភិវឌ្ឍសេដ្ឋកិច្ចសង្គម
ដើម្បីកុំឲ្យខកខានរាល់ព័ត៌មានថ្មីៗប្រកបដោយចំណេះដឹងពីកម្មវិធីអ្នកបន្តវេនសូមចូលទៅកាន់ page អ្នកបន្តវេនរួចអនុវត្តតាមវិធីខាងក្រោមសម្រាប់ទូរស័ព្ទដៃសូមចុច like ឬយកពាក្យ following ជ្រើសរើសពាក្យ cipher នោះលោកអ្នកនឹងទទួលបានព័ត៌មាននិងចំណេះដឹងថ្មីៗជាច្រើនមុនគេនៅក្នុង notification របស់លោកអ្នកសម្រាប់នៅក្នុង computer សូមចុចលើប៊ូតុង like បន្ទាប់មកចុចពាក្យ following រួចជ្រើសរើសពាក្យ cipher ជាការស្រេច